Welcome to the deep dive. In a world full of really flashy skincare ingredients and fast trends, how does something so, unassuming become such a powerhouse? Today, we're diving deep into niacinamide. It's an ingredient you've almost definitely seen, maybe even used, but perhaps without really grasping its quiet strength and amazing versatility. Our mission here to cut through the noise, give you the solid science, and make sure you walk away really understanding why this ingredient is just so core to healthy skin. Okay, let's unpack this.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? So many people think niacinamide is some new trendy thing, but actually dermatologists have been quietly using it for decades. It's been a bit of a secret weapon. It's a form of vitamin B3, specifically nicotinamide, and it's water soluble, which is pretty key. Unlike those ingredients that blow up on social media for a month and then just disappear, niacinamide is, it's foundational. It's the quiet backbone in dermatology. It just consistently delivers results without needing all the hype. It really is a staple for a reason.
That's such a good point. It really does feel like it's everywhere, but in a good way. Like you said, foundational. It's almost like the Swiss Army knife of active ingredients, right? Tackling so many different things without being aggressive or, causing irritation for most people.
Yeah.
But you use words like staple and powerhouse. What is niacinamide actually doing for our skin on a fundamental level?
Right. Okay. So here's where it gets really interesting. Niacinamide works on several key skin processes. First, and maybe the most important one, it strengthens your skin barrier.
Okay.
Think of your skin like a brick wall. Niacinamide doesn't just patch holes. It actually helps your skin make more of its own natural mortar. The ceramides, the fatty acids.
Oh, the mortar.
Exactly. That's what really fortifies the wall from the inside out. So that's why, if your skin ever feels sensitive or flaky or tight, niacinamide really helps. It means less moisture escaping, better hydration, and more resilience against pollution and irritants.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. And second, it's fantastic for regulating sebum production.
Oh, interesting. So good for oily skin.
Exactly. Great for oily or acne-prone types. It helps find that balance without stripping the skin or making it feel dry. Third, its anti-inflammatory action is honestly quite profound. This means it can really calm down redness, soothe active breakouts, and just generally reduce irritation for skin that gets easily upset. Fourth, and this is more of a long game benefit, it actually gives a boost to both collagen and keratin production.
Okay, so structure and firmness.
Yes, exactly. Over time, that contributes to better skin firmness and a smoother overall texture. And finally, for anyone dealing with, say, uneven skin tone or dark spots, it helps with pigmentation. It works by slowing down what's called melanin transfer. So it basically helps stop the pigment cells from sending their color up to the surface skin cell.
Oh, so it intercepts it rather than just scrubbing off the existing spots.
Precisely. It's a different, often gentler way to work on evening out skin tone.
Wow, okay. So it really is doing a lot. And the key seems to be that it does it gently, working on the skin's basic health. That feels like a huge win, especially if your skin is, reactive or just moody sometimes. But then you go shopping or you're scrolling online and you see these serums practically shouting at you 10%, 15%, even 20% niacinamide. It really feels like a numbers game, doesn't it? Does that mean we should always just go for the highest percentage we can find?
That is such a brilliant question because it hits on a huge misconception driven by marketing. This whole more is better idea, especially with active ingredients, can actually work against you. The science, the actual clinical studies, they consistently show that most of niacinamide's major benefits, barrier repair, oil control, you name it, they happen beautifully at concentrations between, say, 2% and 5%.
It's only 2 to 5%, really.
Yes, really.
Yeah.
When you start pushing much higher than that, you're not necessarily getting more benefit. In fact, for a lot of people, especially those with sensitive skin, you're just increasing the risk of side effects like flushing or irritation, maybe even triggering a breakout. It's kind of like turning the volume way up on a great song. You just get distortion. You don't actually hear the music better.
That's a great analogy.
So the real takeaway here, the deep dive insight is forget chasing the biggest number on the bottle. Chase the best formulation.
That is genuinely surprising, I think, for a lot of us who've been kind of conditioned to think bigger number equals better results.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we're not chasing the highest percentage, how does this incredibly versatile ingredient fit in with, everything else we might already be using? Are there tricky combinations, things we need to watch out for?
Well, that's another area where niacinamide really shines. Its compatibility is remarkable. It pretty much plays well with Almost everyone in the skincare ingredients playground. You can combine it safely with hyaluronic acid. You can use it with all the common exfoliating acids, AHAs, BHAs, PHAs, peptides, ceramides, absolutely fine. Even retinol.
Wait, retinol. I feel like I definitely heard you shouldn't mix niacinamide and retinol.
Yeah, that's an old myth. It pops up now and then, but it's completely outdated. It's been thoroughly debunked by modern cosmetic science. They can actually be a great team.
Wow, okay. Good to know.
The only ingredient where there's sometimes a little maybe is vitamin C, specifically L-ascorbic acid, especially in high concentrations.
Oh, okay. What happens there?
Well, for some people, particularly if you have very sensitive skin, using them together in the same routine can cause some temporary redness or a feeling of warmth. But, and this is really important, it's not dangerous. It's not harming your skin. It's just a potential temporary irritation for some individuals.
Right, so not a chemical clash, just potentially irritating.
Exactly. And if you are concerned about it or if you've experienced that flushing, the solution is super simple. Just use your vitamin C in the morning and use your niacinamide at night, or vice versa. Separate them.
Okay, that makes sense. Simple fix. You're really painting a picture of it being this, like, universal skincare ally.
Yeah.
But is it really for everyone? Can this ingredient truly fit into your routine, listener, no matter what your skin concerns are?
Honestly, pretty much, yes. It's about as close to universal as you can get in skincare actives. Whether you're dealing with stubborn breakouts or maybe persistent dryness or just general dullness, or perhaps chronic sensitivity, or even if you're just looking for a reliable, multitasking, daily active to keep your skin resilient, niacinamide fits right in.
Impressive.
It really is. Its effectiveness is so well recognized that dermatologists often include it in treatment plans for conditions like eczema, rosacea, even after procedures to help calm the skin and support healing.
Wow.
So yeah, it's safe, it's generally affordable, and its fantastic compatibility makes it one of the most widely beneficial ingredients out there.
Okay, so let's boil this down. The core message here seems to be niacinamide isn't flashy. It doesn't need, glow-in-the-dark marketing or crazy claims about instant miracles. But it really stands out as one of the most reliable, well-studied, and genuinely multitasking ingredients we have in skincare today. It's quietly working behind the scenes, strengthening and balancing your skin. So here's your beauty homework, if you like. First, go check your favorite products. There's actually a pretty good chance niacinamide is already in there, doing its thing without you maybe even realizing it. Second, don't panic about those high percentages we talked about. Remember, more isn't always better for your skin. Listen to your skin. And third, if your skin is just feeling kind of moody or inflamed or maybe a bit stripped from other products, or even if you're just looking for that consistent everyday support, niacinamide might just be exactly what it needs to bounce back and feel calm, healthy, and